found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohn. And get this, it's hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could have fooled me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
Ever since the scandal that ruined her career.
Are you kidding? That's the perfect marriage.
Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble of finely aged cynicism, but the Yaces are genuinely crazy about each other. They're the proverbial power couple. Valentina was always Don's most trusted advisor and vice versa. Some say she's the brains behind some of his most famous court strategies.
Huh. Talk about insult to injury.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's just that one of Yates's clients is the rival to the Semaphore phone company, which got exposed in the data leak that ruined Valentina's career. In fact, Yates would have lost his first high-profile case had it not happened. I guess her loss was his gain.
Huh. Didn't know. About that? Well, I guess if they can survive that, they can survive anything.
Except retirement.
Hey, how you doing?
Despite the persistent outrage of progressives, the firm has enjoyed a seemingly never-ending... God, jeez! Can you believe these people? Think the whole world is their playground.
Don't let them get to you,
Mr. Yates?
Pam.
It's
Let's
Aaron,
just take
sir.
it from the top.
From the firm.
Fine.
I came as quickly as I could. Yes, sir, I have the files. Sorry it took so long, but I had to access our remote server to print everything, and I couldn't get my VPN to... Right. Sorry, sir. I'll be right inside.
The firm quickly amassed an impressive client, counting such corporate listings as top investment bank Milton Fitzpatrick and Van Orton's back.
Oh my lord, is that a Cuckoo? I've always wanted to see one in the wild. Oh, Gretchen will be so jealous.
I am currently standing, has announced his retirement from the firm. And
¿Qué hubo, pues?
for more than 2 decades... Hey, asshole! Hey, asshole! What the hell is wrong with you? Go away!
Don't give him the satisfaction, Pam. He's clearly a jerk.
Hey, asshole! What the hell is wrong with you? Go away!
Don't give him the satisfaction, Pam. He's clearly a jerk. Let's just go for a break.
Unbelievable.
On Saturday, you know?
Sorry.
I'm gonna need to frisk you if you want to come through here.
I wonder how your agent will see for he wouldn't. 47 is the weapon, and weapons don't judge. They go where they're pointed. Oh, that's cold.
Que tengas un buen
I
día.
like you more already.
Thank you. So, you must know everything that goes on at the event. Care to give me the lowdown?
Let's see. Most of the guests have already arrived. And let me tell you, it's like a Forbes 500 convention in there. Most are high-profile clients of Morgan, Yates, and Corn. But the Yateses are still no shows. Word is, they're still up at the house.
They haven't made an entrance yet. Curious. Any idea why?
Well, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but word is that Yates was in a great mood this morning, but that all changed when the letter arrived.
The letter?
Yeah, an honest-to-God letter delivered by courier. I mean, who writes letters anymore? Anyway, it must have been bad news, because Senor Yates heard the plant off the balcony. Big heavy one, too. It almost hit Isabel, one of the maids who had to go lie down.
Oh. Anything else?
The party is not the only thing happening at the estate. The winery is open for guests, too. You should check it out if you're interested in winemaking. It's harvest season, after all.
I might just do that. Thank you for your time, miss.
Right. Pleasant evening, senor.
Thank God.
Long time no see.
The damnedest thing, to be sure, like a golden age detective. First, an old money aristocrat dies who just happens to control enterprises. Then, on the night of her funeral, mind you, the younger sibling is murdered in his sleep, surrounded by his closest kin. And the motive? Well, this, as they say, is where the plot thickens. See?
Wait, don't spoil it. I'm waiting for the true crime podcast.
Oh, you won't have to wait long. We just secured the publishing rights. I got the author of the Jack Sparta novels to do an adaptation based on the testimony of the PI who cracked the case.
That was fast. I'd expect a prolonged bidding war.
As it turns out, the family is strapped for cash. The Carlyles have had a rough year. That is Corvo Black?
Don't stare.
Stories. Started out in narcotics, got fired for misconduct, not to mention it. Budding an internal affairs officer. He turned PI and eventually wound up on the payroll of Morgan, Yates, and Cohen as an investigative consultant.
Right. Evidence tampering, witness intimidation, the odd bit of beardy, a regular jack of all trades. I take it you heard about Reg West's hit and run. Nasty business. I suppose everybody needs a call.
Wonder what he's doing here, though, at Yates' retirement party.
Yates is the kind of man who keeps his enemies close. I figure old Corvo is not here for the hors d'oeuvre.
Corvo, got a message from the boss. Duty calls.
Let me guess, the Burnwood woman.
That's right. Yates has arranged for the chief winemaker to take Burnwood and Tamara Vidal on a grand tour of the estate. Wants you to tag along.
Not for my sparkling personality. This Burnwood woman sure has his panties in a twist. Wonder what the deal is.
Yates' business is his business. Just get yourself ready and sign into the visitor center. Oh, and have a drink on my behalf.
I don't drink. Makes me sentimental.
A private tour of the estate.
Mr. Yates. Yeah, I got your message. You mind telling me what I'm...
It quite spoils a party like your guests being
Okay.
inexplicably dropping dead.
Yeah, I can do an accident.
Money, Scion.
In fact, a couple of spots come to mind. On the tour or after. Stand by. So you're not sure yet? Does that mean there's a plan A? One where I don't stand a 50-50 chance of getting caught? I mean, you do realise the risk here, boss. Broad daylight, workers around. Who exactly is this burn woman and how's she pissing on your parade?
Not even been appointed.
Yeah, all right. But if I'm going to be one of these heralds of yours, you need to start letting me in on a few things.
I'm more of a beer
Okay.
myself, but
So who's this fool
bring the
guy?
heralds closer together and play the modern boss. I
Take it.
don't actually mind. Edward's always
Nah.
was a bit aloof.
No problem.
Plus, he has this
I just never framed an urban legend before. Very post-truth. Yeah, I like it.
Thomas Cross or Eugene Cobb had a direct line of contact. I'd say Yates is at the top of a very short list.
So, how do you feel about Burnley?
How do you think? She and her friends killed Yamazaki. Cassidy, probably Bronson. How would she fit to be a herald? But on the other hand, people defect all the time, and she's most certainly qualified.
True. The constant knows what he's doing.
Please, someone help me? Not just a puddle either. We're talking knee deep. The whole place looked like a horror flick. Of course, Yates.
No, they were discreet about it. I caught a glimpse of a body bag, but that's about it. It was only when someone realized that the elevators had stopped working that the word caught on. Imagine all those socialites descending 200 flights of stairs on foot.
Guess all those personal trainers finally paid off.
You ask me, the Constant must have lost his mind. Burnwood was in league with Grey. She's responsible for killing how many of our people? How could she be a herald?
Maybe Vidal will trip her down the stairs. Those heels are an accident waiting to happen.
Don't hold your breath.
Hi.
Vidal is a true believer, fiercely loyal to the Constant. It must be why he chose her to show Burnwood the ropes. Figured the rest of us wouldn't forgive and forget so easily. Sneaky bastard.
The man didn't get to where he is by accident.
¿Bien o qué?
Nothing gets back any better down there. Okay.
Oh, really? You're not entering here.
Hey, just do what you're told, all right?
What's up, yo? I need to search you if you want to pass. You seem nervous. You got something to hide? All right, all good. Go on.
How is it going?
I mean, compared to some of the other power players at the party, a former lobbyist, a political advisor, why would Mr. Yates waste his time on a bunch of low-level bureaucrats? We all wear
Yes, your employer and one of the world's most powerful attorneys feels like inviting a group of employees to a small get-together in his wine cellar during his own retirement party. What's this to you?
Right. I forgot. You're from the city. You're only dying to know on the inside.
Hey, how are you?
Take a good look at this woman. What do you see? A monster? Arthur Edwards, our superior, the new supreme head of Providence, is giving her the keys to the kingdom. Now, does that seem right to you, my friends? Yes. Then she'd get their blood flowing.
Edwards!
Rest assured that I will extend our new herald the warmest of welcomes. A most shrewd and sagacious move on your part, bringing her into the fold. I have the utmost confidence that Miss Burnwood will prove a valuable addition to the group. Feel free to call me at your leisure. Have a good day. Machine? Since when do I get the machine?
Another bucket. Right there. All right. A better position. Loud and clear. There. Flush him out. Not here.
Command, you there? Somebody just got killed. There's a killer on a rampage.
He was obviously in some clever disguise. I strongly suggest you leave the vicinity.
Okay.
This isn't going away, my love. It falls on me as constant to protect Providence against all threats, even his bad decisions.
Yeah,
So let's treat this like a court case. Say Burnwood is a material witness to the prosecution and you need to get rid of her. Walk me through your strategy.
Best course of action is blackmail. I've called in one of the firm's junior partners to dig up some dirt. If Burnwood has a weakness, we will find it.
If not,
Then Corvo gets to earn his 7 figures a year. Burnwood suffers an accident. Convincing, but not too convincing. And the blame falls on her rogue assassin with the whimsical M.O.
that might fool the heralds, but not Edward. He could even be using her to test your loyalty.
Yes, that is the crunch.
Perhaps we're looking at this the wrong...
Hey, how are you?
Perhaps we're looking at this the wrong way. Perhaps it is less about the witness and more about putting together just the right jury.
What are you thinking?
The heralds. You said so.
yourself. They lost plenty of colleagues to Burnwood and her cohorts.
I am sure they would agree to back your story with Edward, if properly nudged. Say, by a crackerjack trial lawyer with a knack for stirring monologues. This would even strengthen their fealty to you constant. Nothing commands loyalty like culpability.
Yes, I like it. I like it profoundly. I will get right to work on my closing statement. Thank you, my love. I truly would be lost without you.
And don't you forget it.
Done. How's the home office? Theo, how long has it been now?
4 months? You have to go outside sometime. Someone of your rare brilliance is allowed a certain degree of eccentricity, but there's a limit, Theo. The clients will start talking. Just a quick stroll on the helipad. It'll do you good. I know, but Theo, it's not like the old days anymore. Ken is gone. I'll be away. It falls on you to steer Morgan, Yates, and Cone through this difficult transition phase and into the future. Have you at least considered anyone for senior partner? I can write you a short list. Fine, fine. But Theo, when you do make up your mind, you have to actually speak to them, all right? You can't just slide a note under people's doors. Right, well, I gotta go, Theo. The guests have arrived. Yes, I know, elbow bumps. You be good, Theo. Bye now. He needs help. He can't be serious. He just can't. It's unseemly.
How many times will you reread that thing before you believe your own eyes, darling? Or are you trying to scare the letters away?
Just listen to this. I am making a new addition to the Herald team. Diana Burnwood, former ICA. Please consider her my representative.
At your celebration, yours truly, Arthur Edwards. Yes, we've been over this, Dawn.
Can you believe it? This is the woman who waged bloody war on Providence. She is involved in the deaths of countless heralds and operatives, including Ken, our friend Valentina. Has Edwards lost his faculties? This woman will surely be our downfall.
This woman cleared his path to the top. Is it any wonder that he wants to keep her close?
The partners. You don't think he...
Immaterial, darling. Why don't we take a stroll? The air will do you good.
Yes. I suppose you're right.
We'll figure this out, Dawn. You and I. We always do.
Oh, God! Help! Please help me!
Get down! Get down!
All right.
Whoopah!
Never a dull moment with me, my love.
I should hope not. I shouldn't marry you for the rainy afternoon served up on the farm.
It's been a hell of a run. Firm. Deal. More than 40 partners vested. Close to 500 associates. Offices on 6 continents.
Would have been 7. If only intelligence was such law-abiding.
Very true. I must admit I am not too comfortable with the idea of retirement.
Quite the opposite, I should say.
Yes, well, they don't know that, do they? Those people down there. Oh, they will be supportive. Congratulate me on my golden years ahead. But I have seen the pity in their eyes. The powerful, the infamous Don Yates, a senior citizen. Fishing hat and sandals down Florida way. No, a man is nothing without his title, my love. That is never going to change.
Fishing hat, huh? Now there's the sight.
Well, perhaps I'll add it to the repertoire.
Where was I? Oh, yes.
Swiftly.
Nah, not yet. I bet it's something cool, though. It's usually last wills and surveillance pics. You know, for blackmail. Or sometimes the odd murder weapon.
Huh. Reminds me when I worked for that Caruso fella in Sapienza. Kept hair and skin samples in his attic safe. Never learned what that was all about.
Ah, the rich are weird.
Fighter that.
Ma'am, I recovered this intel. It concerns yourself and Mr. Yates. I think you ought to take a look.
I see. Thank you.
Are heralds of Providence, and I, as your
The hell is this? No. No, it can't be. He didn't.
couldn't have. I bastard! Don! I no!
Valentina? What's wrong? You look upset.
Don, what did you do? Tell me you didn't.
Do what? I don't understand.
Semaphore. The data leak. It was you. It was you all along. So stupid. Why didn't I see it before? You leaked the document so you could win your stupid case. You didn't care that my career would be destroyed. My reputation dragged through the mud. You're Don Cojones Yates, and Don Yates never loses a case, no matter the cost.
My love, it was... I didn't mean for you to...
What did you just call me? Are you insane, Don? How can you claim to love somebody and then destroy their world with the flick of a pen?
It was just business. You know the game, Valentina. You know how it's played.
There's a limit. There is always a limit.
No, the old Valentina, she would have understood. But you've been down here for too long, my love. You've grown soft.
Bastard. How's this for soft?
No!
Don, get up. Get back up here. We're not done. I didn't mean to. Why is there no air in here? Alexander Fannin's office, please. Valentina Yates calling. Alex, thank God you are working late. I need you to... Yes, me too. You must come visit some other time. But listen, I need a favor. I need 10 million in cash, Alex. From Milton Fitzpatrick's Buenos Aires office. Now, I know this kind of withdrawal requires both me and Don's signatures, but Alex, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious. I have a big problem. I need it to go away fast, and Don can't know. Will you please call them and... You're a saint, Alex. I'll make it up to you. Somehow.
This area is off. Hey, stop!
I need 10 million in cash, Alex. From Milton Fitzpatrick's Buenos Aires office. Now, I know this kind of withdrawal requires both me and Don's signatures, but Alex, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious. I have a big problem. I need it to go away fast, and Don can't know. Will you please call them and... You're a saint, Alex. I'll make it up to you. Somehow.
Don't you remember? It was a huge scandal. One of those, whatever it is.
No, Mrs. Yates was a career diplomat.
Oh, yes. An international superstar. She was the Argentinian ambassador to Norway.
I don't know. Probably keeps something weird inside. Weird? Like how? All my clients have kept something weird in the safe, especially when it's a basement safe. Basement safes are where you keep your
Inside of a toilet or lift it inside of a garbage can? What kind of shit is that? Just shut up and get up, okay?
Guys like Yates said he's higher. He can pretend
Hola,
he's
Ricoto.
time winemaking, but if he's leaving Morgan Yates and Co., then it's because he has a better offer.
He's a founding partner in the most powerful law firm on earth. How do you tell that?
Hey, good to see you.
¿Qué hubo, pues?
Este hombre sí no tiene la menor idea de lo que está hablando. Para hacer la bandeja no se hace así. Entonces la coca se le pone ensalada, que se le pone un montón de ¿qué fue lo que dijo él? Que se le ponían, qué rapidez que estaba diciendo. No tiene la menor idea. Sacaron los frijoles, se mató la ropa, mató todo, ¿sabes? Claro que sabía haciendo, pero bandeja no era.
Shame about your boy Leandro throwing his knee out yesterday. They say the poor guy might be out for the whole season.
State-of-the-art winemaking facility to our carefully nurtured grape stock, hand-picked with loving care by local experts. We have only one purpose: to make the best wines in Argentina and beyond.
¿Qué pasó?
I was an attorney. For 4 decades, I served the law. Now, I serve something far grander. I serve the land, and the land of Mendoza.
I grew up here. These majestic plains were my playground. And returning here to pick up the mantle of my ancestors feels just incredibly profound.
Our goal here at Villetta Yates.
Roto like me on the inside. I can't believe it. I had so many hopes and inspirations. I could have been somewhere else. Shut up, Jose!
Local experts. We have only one purpose: to make the best wines in Argentina and beyond. I was an attorney. For 4 decades, I served the law. Now, I serve something far grander. I serve the land, and the land of Mendoza. Longs to make wine.
I grew up here. These majestic plains were my playground. And returning here to pick up the mantle of my ancestors feels just incredibly profound.
Our goal here at Villetta Yates is simple. From our state-of-the-art winemaking facility to our carefully nurtured grape stock, hand-picked with loving care by local experts, we have only one purpose: to make the best wines in Argentina and beyond.
I feel sick. Sorry. Let me through. Let me.
I was an attorney. For 4 decades, I served the law. Now, I serve something far grander. I serve the land. And the land of Mendoza longs to make wine.
I grew up here. These majestic plains were...
Only
Stiff, they made no mark.
Only give
The
you-
answer,
Okay. I didn't put it yesterday.
CEO of Kronstadt. I dare say congratulations are in order.
Hi.
Aha!
Hello there, and welcome to the Yates Winery. How may I help you?
Corvo Black. I'm on the tour.
Right, Mr. Black. Welcome. Miss Burnwood and Miss Vidal will meet you down by the wine fields. I trust you know the way.
I can find my way around.
Enjoy the tour.
Good day to you, sir.
Greetings, sir.
All the Constant did was make it real. Enter the Destiny Group, a fully legal, entirely official, supranational corporate entity. By merging, each company becomes
Hey there,
untouchable,
big guy.
moving beyond any state jurisdiction. Granted, there's a certain amount of legal trailblazing yet to be done, but Yates and his team seems to work out. Where will this
Hey, bud.
Not bad, huh? I guess that makes you and me ambassadors. The Constant never ceases.
Over here!
You two must be Burnwood and Vidal.
And you must be Yates's garbage man. Sorry, but I didn't catch your name.
This is Corvo Black, Tamara. He's a ICA regular.
I only work with the best.
Well, we're all here, it seems. Except for our guide, the chief winemaker. Looks like we're stuck here until someone fetches him. Mr. Black, I'm looking in your direction.
Hold on. I'll track him down.
Attaboy. Do try and bring him back in one piece. Counterintuitive as that may be.
That was a bit rude.
Yes, it was.
Vargas.
What? What is it now? What?
You have some guests waiting. Senor Yates wanted you to give them the grand tour. Remember?
As if I don't have more important things to do than babysit Yates' socialite friends. It's only harvest season.
Better do what he says, Patron. Big shot New York lawyer like that. Don't want to get on his bad side.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until I have decided if the crop is ripe for picking. Bring me the 3 Malbec grapes to taste, Ramon. If Yates doesn't like how I prioritize, he can weigh me down with concrete and toss me off a bridge. How's that?
3 grapes, was it? I'll get my picking knife.
Hombre.
Everything's bueno. Oh, come on. I left it right here. Seriously, who takes another man's picking knife? Aye, it's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
Bien. Ah, my fellow wine lovers. Hello. Welcome to Viñeda Yates. I do apologize for the delay, but the Malbec grape is a demanding mistress. So, I am Gabriel Vargas, Chief Winemaker, and I will be your tour guide. Any questions before we start?
Yes, but you're not going to like them.
We're good. Lead the way, Senor Vargas.
Wonderful. Follow me. These are busy times. In fact, we're just about to harvest this year's crop. Great expectations. So how do you like Argentina?
Like everywhere else. Full of Americans.
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. We insist on steaming every grape by hand, which means that during harvest season, the grapes do tend to pile up. Luckily, we have plenty of storage space. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including an industrial-sized freezer unit, and last but not least, our trusty grape crusher.
Interesting. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Black?
Follow me, please.
Are you a wine man, Black? Somehow you don't seem the type.
Oh, I believe Mr. Black here is something of a jack of all trades. Isn't that so?
I dabble.
I see. I just thought Yates might be sending a message. My mistake.
So, have any of you been to a vineyard before?
Only on business.
Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium, where the wine goes through its primary stage of fermentation. In these big open tanks, yeast converts the sugars in the wine to alcohol, in a process that lasts between 5 and 15 days. This is also where we squeeze the mass into a fine juice using our grape presser before the longer secondary stage of fermentation.
Fascinating.
Now, before we move on, do any of you have questions?
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
Certainly. Lead the way.
What can you tell me about this device? Grape presser, was it?
That is correct, senor. After primary fermentation, the mass is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. I should add, the grape stomping, the iconic practice of crushing grapes with your bare feet, is historically rare and mostly a tourist gimmick. But you are most welcome to try. Imagine you're a grape.
Thanks. I'll pass.
Oh, go on. I'll take a picture of the three of you.
Oh, come on, Tamara. When in Rome.
Fine.
Say queso.
May I see that, Mr. Vargas? I believe I blinked.
So, hold on a second. Do you recognize him at all? I certainly don't. I know you can hear me.
Who are you?
Hey, you! Look at him.
I apologize for the delay, but the Malbec grape is a demanding mistress. So, I am Gabriel Vargas, Chief Winemaker, and I will be your tour guide. Any questions before we start?
Yes, but you're not going to like them.
We're good. Lead the way, Senor Vargas.
Wonderful. Follow me. These are busy times. In fact, we're just about to harvest this year's crop. Great expectations. So how do you like Argentina?
Like everywhere else. Full of Americans.
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. We insist on steaming every grape by hand, which means that during harvest season, the grapes do tend to pile up. Luckily, we have plenty of storage space. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including an industrial-sized freezer unit, and last but not least, our trusty grape crusher.
Interesting. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Black?
Follow me, please.
Are you a wine man, Black? Somehow you don't seem the type.
Oh, I believe Mr. Black here is something of a jack of all trades. Isn't that so?
I dabble.
I see. I just thought Yates might be sending a message. My mistake.
So, have any of you been to our vineyard before?
Only on business.
Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium, where the wine goes through its primary stage of fermentation. In these big open tanks, yeast converts the sugars in the wine to alcohol, in a process that lasts between 5 and 15 days. This is also where we squeeze the mass into a fine juice using our grape presser for the longer secondary stage of fermentation.
Fascinating.
Now, before we move on...
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
Certainly. Lead the way.
What can you tell me about this device? Grape presser, was it?
That is correct, senor. After primary fermentation, the mass is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. I should add, the grape stomping, the iconic practice of crushing grapes with your bare feet, is historically rare and mostly a tourist gimmick. But you are most welcome to try. Imagine you're a grape.
Thanks. I'll pass.
Oh, go on. I'll take a picture of the three of you.
Oh, come on, Tamara. When in Rome.
Fine.
Say queso.
May I see that, Mr. Vargas? I believe I blinked.
So, this is what the little guy feels like.
Nope, all good. Looks like one for the man.
What happened to your wife?
I don't think she'll be coming back.
Oh well. I'm sure she can find her way out. Let's proceed. Excelente. Let's continue to the bar.
Hello, sir.
You called to the right people, and he was ours. The Constant sent an ether extraction team to wring the truth out of him. But Gray had studied us, mimicked our structure. Mills was recruited by Alma Reynard, who was recruited by Sean Rose, and you get the picture. Meanwhile, I don't know if it was the interrogation drugs or just plain Stockholm Syndrome, but Orson Mills saw the light. He is now one of us.
No kidding.
He's joined the Constance private security team. Seems there are a few vacancies after the Thornbridge Manor operation.
Well, here's to new beginnings, I suppose.
And how are you today, sir?
It's done. Now what?
Now, we strike at the heart.
Edwards. You know how to find him, don't you?
Why, Edwards finds you, 47. He is untraceable, and he never lets you forget it. He is cocky.